Assalamu alaikum and good morning, dear students. Welcome to your online English class. Today we are going to have lecture number 4 in this regard. Today's topic is paragraph writing and its types. First, we will learn how to write a well developed paragraph and then discuss its types. What is a paragraph? A paragraph is a collection of related sentences dealing with a single topic. To be as effective as possible, a paragraph should contain each of the following: unity, coherence, a topic sentence, and adequate development. A well written paragraph should have unity, coherence, a topic sentence, and adequate development. Now let's define each of them one by one and why they are so important for a good paragraph writing. Unity. The entire paragraph should concern itself with a single focus. It should not wander within different ideas, but remain focused on single thought. Coherence. Coherence is the trait that makes the paragraph easily understandable to the reader. It can be maintained through logical and verbal bridges. Logical bridges. Logical bridges can be maintained in two ways. Number one, the same idea of a topic is carried over from one sentence to another and so on. Number two, successive sentences can be constructed in parallel form. Verbal bridges. Keywords can be repeated in several sentences. Synonym words can be repeated. Pronouns can be referred to the nouns in previous sentences. And transition words can be used to link ideas from different sentences. A topic sentence is a sentence that represents the idea or thesis the paragraph is going to deal with. Although not all paragraphs have clear-cut topic sentences, and despite the fact that topic sentence can occur anywhere in the paragraph, that as the first sentence, last sentence, or somewhere in the middle. But it is good to put it in the beginning of the paragraph for readers' convenience. Adequate development. The topic introduced by the topic sentence should be discussed fully and adequately. Again, it varies from paragraph to paragraph depending on the author purpose, but it should not be very short. It is more likely that the paragraph is not fully developed if it is too short. Here are some methods to make sure your paragraph is well developed. Number one, use examples and illustrations. Number two, define the terms used in the paragraph. Number three, cite data. Facts, figures, and other details are provided. Number four, compare and contrast. Number five, analyze the topic. And number six, describe the topic. You can use any of these methods to make your paragraph well developed. Let's see how to develop a paragraph. A paragraph has three main parts. Number one, topic sentence. It tells the main idea and introduce the topic to be discussed. Number 2, detailed sentences. These sentences explain and support the main idea. But remember, it should not be too short and must have all the necessary details related to the topic. Number 3, conclusion sentence. Conclusion sentence conclude the paragraph and reminds the main idea. Now here is an example at how to develop a well-constructed paragraph. Look at the example. Anna is an excellent student. That's the topic sentence and I have highlighted it with orange writing. Now that it means that we are going to have some information regarding Anna. And what's that? That is she is an excellent student. Now to support this topic sentence, we provide the other details which I have shown in green. She is very intelligent. She is responsible as well. She always completes her assignments in time and she is never late for class. So all these sentences in green support the main topic sentence that Anna is an excellent student and tell us that why she is an excellent student. To conclude the topic, we have, as a result of her hard work, she is considered one of the best students of the school, which has been highlighted in blue. I hope now you have understand how to write a well-developed paragraph. Dear students, I hope now you have learned how to write a well-developed paragraph. So now I'm going to discuss the different types of paragraph. Here I'm just defining and explaining the different types of paragraph. The examples are given in your book. You can see the examples there and I hope you will understand them easily. 5 common paragraph patterns I'm going to describe here. Recognizing each of them will help you not only to follow writer's presentation more quickly and accurately, but also help you to write an effective paragraph of your own. You should realize, however, that there is often overlapping and several patterns may be mixed within a single paragraph. Number 1 is paragraph of analysis. As the name indicates, in this kind of paragraph pattern, a topic is analyzed. The topic is broken down into causes, effects, reasons, methods, purposes, or other categories that support the main idea. This main idea may be presented as a general statement at the beginning of the paragraph. This kind of deductive organizations move from general to the particular, or the main idea may be presented as general conclusion at the end of the paragraph. This kind of inductive organizations move from particular to general. The example for such a kind of paragraph is a topic sentence for such a kind of paragraph would be, modern man seems as superstitious as his ancestors. So we are going to analyze this statement through supporting sentences and at the end we are going to have a conclusion. Number 2 is a paragraph of description. A second type of paragraph pattern is one in which something is described. This may be a physical description of a person or place, or it may be a description of a process, a step-by-step explanation of how something is done. The example for such a kind of paragraph is a paragraph about a dog, a car, a cow, or about the process how the sugar is formed. These are all the examples of the descriptive paragraph. Number 3 is paragraph of comparison and contrast. In this type of paragraph pattern, several things are compared or contrasted. Paragraph of this kind usually states the main idea, the things being demonstrated as similar or different in the first sentence. Then the idea is developed in subsequent sentences, often with examples. For example, the topic sentence for such a kind of paragraph is there are two kinds of elephants, the African and the Indians. So it means that we are going to have a comparison between the Indian and African elephants in this paragraph. Number 4, paragraph of analogy. Analogy means to draw a comparison to show the similarity between the different things or objects in some respect. So this type of paragraph pattern is one which is organized around an analogy for the purpose of clarifying a particular point. There may be no topic sentence, but the main idea is clearly implied by the use of analogy. Number 5, paragraph of definition. In this type of paragraph pattern, the purpose is to define, explain, or clarify the meaning of something. Because of the nature of definition, it may involve analysis, comparison or contrast, description, or perhaps even an analogy. Dear students, I hope you have understood today's lecture. Check out your book, page number 296 to 300 for paragraph patterns. The detailed examples are given related to different types of paragraphs there. Solve the exercise relating to different types of paragraph on your book. See you next week, inshallah, with a new topic.